From LALATE News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a big morning of Mornings LA with huge news about your stocks, your bonds, your crypto, and of course, your fourth stimulus check update of 2022. In today's recording, Jay Powell will be meeting with the President of the United States in the Oval Office on the latest details on that showdown about your inflation. But the big news going into today, or at least this morning, live on air from Santa Monica, California, from May 31st, 2022, is that deal on the oil that will potentially surge the international price of Brent crude from $114 a barrel to $185. What's going on here? I have the latest details in this morning's broadcast. The great news is that as the gasoline is set to go dramatically higher, I have found you a fourth stimulus check in every U.S. state. And over this incredible recording live on air, I'll be going over that fourth stimulus check. I'll be answering your questions in the live chat as well. Step 1, subscribe. Step 2, become a member. Step 3, get that incredible newsletter Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to go over the latest details on Hatched today, as the gasoline price is going to be out of control as a deal was reached on Sunday. I had told you about this all last week, and what does that deal mean for you? I'll be looking at all that data and what it means for your value of your dollar bill at the pump. Then we'll be turning back to the Build Back Better Act, the negotiations underway between Joe Manchin and Chuck Schumer. The SS300, the situation for that student loan debt forgiveness. The toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, the coffee's brewing. But also heating up is a boy band. A boy band is in the White House to meet the President of the United States. No, I do not mean the Fed governors. No, I do not mean the Fed governors are meeting with the President of the United States. Someone is there to teach the President some dance moves, and it's not Mitch McConnell. Who is this? I'll have the hilariousness after today's changing development details. Are they there to negotiate for student loan debt forgiveness? Maybe. It's coming up in today's recording. It's that fourth stimulus check in every U.S. state. You need it. Step 1, subscribe. Step 2, become a member. And stay with me over this big broadcast from the shores of Santa Monica, California. It's a big morning as we go into May 31st, 2022. Live on air from the shores of Santa Monica, California. It's Mornings, and the breaking news starts right now. And good morning, everybody. I hope it's a beautiful day. It is May 31st, 2022. We are almost in the month of June, and I have June 2022 direct deposited fourth stimulus checks ready for you in today's recording. Step 1, subscribe to this channel. Step 2, become a member. And Step 3, stay with me over this big broadcast. I'll be going over those incredible checks, how you get them for these incredible sums of money. There's a lot of change in developing details today with major meetings happening in the White House. More about that in a second. But the big news as we start today is the gasoline story. The gasoline story heated up on Friday night when, as a member of the channel, you got that alert from me. I said that something was happening and that something was imminent. In 2020, we always often laughed, as Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer always use the word imminent, around the corner, tomorrow. When we heard on this channel last week the European Union saying a deal on the ban of Russian oil is imminent, we pushed it off as just Nancy Pelosi talk. Not the case, because by Friday, I said the deal was going to be signed in Brussels on Sunday. What happened? It was signed. We have a deal. It's done. This is breaking news. If you watched it yesterday on this show live on air, let me tell you the impact and reaction from it right now. First, what is it? The Western allies have now signed a deal to ban Russian oil, with the waivers given to Hungary, Czech Republic, and also Slovakia. That major deal was the result of negotiations by the European Union since the month of March. They finally got it now as they go into the first day of June. The deal surged the price of Brent crude, which is the international price of gasoline, dramatically last Friday. Over the last week, Brent crude has been high, $114 a barrel. That's very, very high. That's not sustainable. But when the news started to heat up last Friday, It surged to 120 a barrel. I immediately sent that alert to viewers. I said, hey, here we go, 120 a barrel. And it's because of the deal with the EU leaders to ban the Russian oil. Now, over the last month, I've been telling you this part of the equation. I said that China is coming off of lockdown. When they come off of lockdown, the price of gasoline will go up to 120 a barrel. Well, it was already at 120 a barrel last Friday. And that was before the deal was signed and before China's off of lockdown. What do we have today? It's not funny, LALATE. Today we have the deal, the Russian ban of oil by the European leaders, and China's going off of lockdown tomorrow. It's breaking news you're hearing live on air. So how high is this international price of Brent crude oil going? 114 last week, 120 last Friday. How about 185? Yes, you heard me right. The price of international Brent crude gasoline to 185. This is absolutely skyrocketing. And this is what's happening. The European Council agreed that the sixth stimulus package with Russia will cover crude oil as well as petroleum products. They actually call it the sixth stimulus, according to a May 31st statement. This is going to cause a complete shutdown of Russian oil and could drive prices to 185 a barrel, says JP Morgan in a statement today. This is as the Western allies have now signed a deal to ban all Russian products, Russian oil, for all those Western allies with the exception of Slovakia, Hungary, and Czech Republic. It does not ban natural gas. So for my international viewers who are overseas who are worried they don't have gas for the winter months, no, it does not involve that. So they did not ban that one. But this 185 is so astronomically high. What does it mean for the price of gasoline you're paying at the pump? I put another $2 on top of it. I put another $2 to $3 on top of it. Yeah, we're going to see $7 a gallon at the pump, nationwide average. We could have in California $9 a gallon. It's literally going there. It's literally going there. And with that, what oil do they have on backup? What oil do they have on backup for replacement? None. It just makes no sense. There's 2.5 million barrels of gasoline that is now going to disappear daily because of this Russian embargo. And that does not include the reduced production by OPEC Plus. Some analysts thought it was 1.5. Now we're hearing 2.5 million. That with the OPEC Plus, it could be 3 million barrels a day missing, and we have no backup. And China's coming off of lockdown and redriving their cars. Oh boy, this is gonna be very scary. And with that, the need to get a forced stimulus check is imminent. You need to get that forced stimulus check right away. The price of gasoline is absolutely out of control, and it's going to get worse. And the great news is I found you a forced stimulus check in every U.S. state. It's coming up in the second half of this video. In every U.S. state. Single individual, $75,000 less, go get it. Married couple, $150,000 less, go get it. If you're on benefits, go get it. And if you rent, own, have children, or don't have children, go get it. Step 1, subscribe. Step 2, become a member. The membership link is under the video. What are you waiting for right this moment? Hit that membership link. Become a Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP member. Then get that newsletter Monday through Friday. I'll be going over these incredible checks in just a second. But let's turn back to the White House. The White House was a sea of messiness on Friday as the advocates for student loan debt forgiveness went to meet with the President of the United States. And this is where Joe Biden just really toyed with people. He toyed with people. If you don't want to move off your position, then just do your position and go on and do something else. And that's what he should have done 2 years ago. 2 years ago, he decided on $10,000 of student loan debt forgiveness. It's a good number. It's not a bad number, $10,000. He thought in his mind he wants to do $10,000. He toyed with the American people. Too long, too prolonged. And now what happened? Well, those advocates came to meet with him last week, as I told you they were. I told you they asked for $50,000. They were going to say no to $10,000. They were so upset, they said it's a slap in the face, and they ran to press, and they talked about it. And there you go. He ain't going to get them happy, ever, and he ain't going to move off of $10,000 ever. So he should have just done the $10,000 day one of the administration. The offer on the table is the following. Student loan debt forgiven for individuals who make 150,000 or less. Individuals 150,000 or less. Married couple 300,000 or less, and $10,000 of student loan debt forgiven. So who's coming to the White House today? Who's coming to the White House today? Two people, or two groups of people. One is a boy group, the Fed governors. No, just Jay Powell. Just Jay Powell. He's coming. And right before Jay Powell or right after Jay Powell is another boy group. Actually a boy group. A boy band. BTS is going to the White House today. Why? BTS, the South Korean boy band, is going to the White House today to meet with the President of the United States to advocate for student loan debt forgiveness. No, that's sort of not one of their policy points. No, they're not there. They're trying to rename the Build Back Better Act to the BTS Act. That's not working either. No, it's just they're there to meet with the President of the United States. They've had a lot of popular songs. Butter is the song that Joe Biden uses every time he meets with Mitch McConnell. Just butter him up. Just smooth as butter. Sidestep to my beat, Mitch. Then every time that he sees Kristen Sinema, it's dynamite. It's just dynamite. It just makes you want to dance on top of furniture like you're on a James Corbin appearance. and then there's, of course, permission to dance, which is what Joe Biden says every time that he sees Nancy Pelosi with that 1970s hairstyle. It's just so appropriate. I mean, the economy is going to hell in a hell basket. Inflation's out of control, and student loan debt forgiveness is angering people. And so, who do you invite? You invite a boy band to the Oval Office, of course. I adore BTS. I adore them. I listen to them morning, noon, and night because it helps drown out memory of Mitch McConnell. And who will be advocating on behalf of the boy band with the President of the United States? Probably RM. RM. I always give people a lot of research, and you're all going to be looking up who's RM. Rap Monster, the leader of the group of BTS. It could be V, and you're going to say, how do you spell V? V? How do you spell V? Is that a trick question? No, it's V. LA. How do you spell V? Is it V-E-E? No, it's just V. The band is coming to the White House. Are they coming before Jay Powell or after Jay Powell? I don't know. I hope that they come before Jay Powell. Why? Because Jay Powell is going to come in and say, this office is too elevated. It's too ramped up. It's too escalated. It needs to taper down. I'm going to raise interest rates to bring down the energy of this Oval Office. BTS has brought the energy up way too high. That's what Jay Powell's going to do. Why is Jay Powell going to the White House? I mean, this one makes no sense. A new CNN poll released 3 weeks ago blamed everything that Jay Powell's doing on Joe Biden. No joke. The Americans now blame inflation, which has not been gotten down by Jay Powell, on Joe Biden. They're blaming the looming recession caused by Jay Powell raising interest rates on Joe Biden. They're blaming the higher interest rates, which is causing higher mortgage rates, and similar in snowball, all done by Jay Powell on Joe Biden. So what do you do if you're Joe Biden? You have a press opportunity with the person that everyone's blaming you for his stuff. Why? I mean, I would just open the side door and run out of the Oval Office as quickly as possible. Why have a photo opportunity with the person that everyone is blaming you with for bad parts of this economy? Jay Powell is going to appear at the Oval Office, and he's going to say, we're getting inflation down to 2% by the end of this year. Hilarious. This is a comedy hour. Not happening. He's going to say that inflation is temporary, transitory. It's not. He's going to say that labor numbers are really quite good. They're not. There are 200,000 new jobless claims last Thursday. And then Joe Biden is going to turn to Jay, and he's going to say, what are you doing? Buttering me up? You don't have permission to dance in my Oval Office. It's just you dance to another step because we're not going to 2% inflation this year. That's what's going to happen today. When you're out of control inflation, when you have a looming recession, when you don't have a deal on student loan debt forgiveness, when you've not made a phone call to the Social Security Administration head to swap the COLA for inflation to raise your benefits up for SS 300, what do? You bring a boy band into the office and just distract. I adore BTS, but what a peculiar time to bring them to the Oval Office. It is, somewhere out there, Chuck Schumer's very upset. He's very upset because he's going to call up Joe Biden by the end of the night and say, Joe, you left me with Joe Manchin and said you got BTS. I, you got BTS and I got Joe Manchin to sit in a room and advocate with the Build Back Better Act for the last 2 days. And that's what's happening. The Build Back Better Act negotiations are continuing between Joe Manchin and Chuck Schumer, and they're behind closed doors, and maybe they're playing some permission to dance, maybe they're dancing on the tables, maybe they are reenacting a James Corbin appearance by BTS, but they are negotiating those provisions. Which provisions are likely to survive? Anything for seniors, not going to survive. Dental, vision, and hearing, not going to survive because it spans Medicare. Joe Manchin's going to take it out. And then paid leave, not going to survive. That is a provision that Joe Manchin made emphatically clear he's not going to support. What is the data that we're seeing coming in today? And there is a lot of it. I'll feature it tonight on Eaton's LA. First, we have the housing data that came in just a few minutes ago. This is brand new for May 31st. I think I said earlier today, May 30th. It's May 31st. The housing data showed that the price of homes went up 20% in the month of March year to date. Now, this is ridiculous, folks. We had the data on Friday that showed no one's buying the homes. No one's buying the homes. So what do? You just raise the price because then really no one's buying the homes. This housing group are going to go into such an incredible bubble of a recession you have never seen. The average home price rose 20%, 20.6% actually. It's almost 21% higher than they were in the month of March 2021. This is year-to-date data. So the data, of course, is delayed. We just got this data from S&P CoreLogic Case-Shiller Home Price Index today. It showed that the price of homes March of last year to March of this year went up 21% year to date. But no one's buying them. By the month of April, no one was buying them, and that data came in last Friday. I'll feature it tonight on Eaton's LA. Mortgages are becoming more expensive because the Federal Reserve has been ratcheting up interest rates, suggesting that the macroeconomic environment will not support extraordinary home price growth much longer. There is the quote. Can you just put it in a frame and frame the quote and hang it at the entrance of the door of the house you're trying to sell? That's up 20%. The Friday data I had on this channel showed that 1 in 5 homes now in May, going into June, has been reduced dramatically in price. So it shows you that these people had their heads screwed on backwards. They really had it screwed on backwards. That quote I just read from you was from Craig Lazzara, managing director of S&P DJI. So this is a person who really knows this stuff. This is why, with all these changing developing details, you need a forced stimulus check. You need a forced stimulus check more than ever. The recession is coming and the inflation is going higher. The gasoline is going much higher, much higher. You're going to see $9 a gallon in California. You're going to see $7 nationwide average. The gasoline is going to go out of control, and because no one in the Western Allies has a backup plan, that's why you need a forced stimulus check. And I found it for you. Back in the month of March, viewers of this channel said, LA, go find me a forced stimulus check, and I found it for you. If you're new to this channel, let me tell you what you're watching. You're watching a channel that gives you the latest financial news from Wall Street to Main Street, then gives you guidance on where the economy is going so you're planning ahead of time, and then gets you checks. This is different than reporting what's going on with checks. I actually get people checks. Been doing it since day one, over $15 million. Back in March of this year, 2022, viewers said, LA, their Build Back Better Act negotiations haven't finalized. Can you get us a forced stimulus check? And I looked high and low and I found it. I found a lot of them. And I'm going to go over those checks for you. You deserve them. They're happening June direct deposit. I'm going to show you how to get them in the second half of this video. A forced stimulus check now is in every U.S. state. What are they? They're coming up in the second half of this video. Step 1, subscribe to this channel. Step 2, become a member. Step 3, get that incredible newsletter Monday through Friday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time via the YouTube alert system. And in the second half of this video, we're going to go over all those incredible checks. Meantime, I'm going to do some analysis that you've never seen before on this channel about the checks. Very, very important. If I have time, I'm going to jump in the live chat and interact with you. So if you have questions about the checks, post them in the live chat. Meantime, I'm going to give you guidance on what's happening with this economy in the second half with the recession looming. Oh boy, it's just around the horizon. We have a little bit of guidance on what's happening tonight on Primetime in Evenings LA. It's a big show tonight. But first, we're going to get those huge checks in the second half. I'll be back with you in 60 seconds as the toast is toasted, the butter is buttering, and the dance moves are heating up in the Oval Office right now as BTS is lifting spirits in the Oval Office before Jay Powell comes in there and ruins them 20 minutes later. I'll see you back in 60 seconds as Mornings LA continues live on air.
If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.
And the excitement continues right now on May 31st, 2022. The shores of Santa Monica, California. We're live on air for Mornings LALATE. During the commercial break, one viewer, Carol, said she thought that the price of gasoline is going to go up $1 a gallon by July 1st. That would be nirvana. That would be nirvana because my prediction is that it's going to go up several dollars by the month of July. Analysts now believe that the price of gasoline you're paying at the pump is the equation of $1.35 a barrel international Brent crude. They're saying that you're basically paying about $10 more than what the price of Brent crude is right now. So if they think that Brent crude is going to $1.85, that shows you how much higher we got to go. $1.85 means that you would pay not $1.85 Brent crude at the pump, you would pay upwards of $200 at the pump. That shows you how much more dramatic it's going. So for Carol that thinks maybe $1, let's hope Carol's correct, but that's not what analysts are saying. They say it's going to absolutely go through the roof. In the second half of this video, we're going to go over those 4 stimulus checks. You need them because the situation of gasoline is among the many economic downturns in this economy happening very dramatically. Step 1, subscribe. Step 2, become a member. And step 3, get that incredible newsletter Monday through Friday. And with that, let's go over those incredible checks starting right now. Back in the month of March, viewer said to me, "LA, can you go find me a check?" And I found it. Check for you. As one longtime viewer, what is her name? My mind just went blank. Kat. I was going to say Carol. It's Kat. A longtime viewer in the live chat 2 nights ago says, "LA, you do eligibility really well on these checks." It's so important to know eligibility when you're doing a stimulus check. So you qualify. $75,000 or less, single individual. Married couple, $150,000 or less. If you're on benefits, if you're not on benefits, SSI, SSDI, veterans benefits, rent, own, with children or without children, you qualify. These are huge checks. You're not going to see them anywhere else in broadcast or print media or cable news or anywhere else. These are checks that I found for you. Where did I find them? Executive order. There's lots of different ways that a stimulus check can land to you. Congress is one of them. That's the one that people think is the only way. It's not. The second way is executive orders by the President of the United States. That's many of these checks I'm about to go over. And the last one is from the states. I got state checks in here as well. And with that, let's go over these incredible checks. You can see right away, these are monster checks. I don't play around. I get really big checks because I'm here to make sure you're financially independent. The first check is $6,500 to $12,000. It's a four stimulus check. It is in every U.S. state. $75,000 less, a single individual, go get it. Married couple, $150,000 less, go get it. And if you're on benefits, SSI, SSGI, go get it. It is called the Homeowners Weatherizing Grant Check. How do you get it? Step 1, subscribe to this channel. Step 2, become a member. There's a membership link under the video. Join. Purple Hawk, member. Purple Power, member. Or Calcino VIP, member. Then get that newsletter Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time via the YouTube alert system. You go right down in it, and then you find Check A, and you click the link, and you apply. $6,500 to $12,000. What a wonderful amount of money. We're not done there yet. What else? You're going to go get Check B as well. $15,000 to $80,000 for stimulus checks in every U.S. state. That is astronomical. When was the last time someone got you an $80,000 stimulus check? Never, probably. And that's what viewers of this channel have been getting. $66,000 to $80,000 is what they're averaging at. Eligibility, the same practically. $75,000 less, single individual, go get it. Married couple, $150,000 less, go get it. If you're on benefits, SSI, veterans benefits, RB, go get it. It's called the Homeowners Grant Check. And how do you get this? Step 1, subscribe. Step 2, become a member to this channel. One of the people became a member before the commercial break. Welcome that person to the family. They're in the live chat right now. Purple Hawk member, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. Then get that newsletter Monday through Friday. Go right down in there till you find that Check B. Click the link and go right in and apply. And you're not done there yet. No, because you're going to go get a Check C. Check C is for my renters, and also my homeowners. It's an MSC, baby. It's averaging $2,000 a month over 12 months, monthly stimulus checks. Huge, but many viewers have averaged about $45,000. This is astronomical. How do you get this? You know the routine, but it's slightly different. Subscribe, become a member, then go down that newsletter, and when you get to Check C, you're not applying online, you're making phone calls. In the newsletter at Check C, I tell you who to call, what to say, and how to say it. Check C has been one of the big success stories of this channel. We've gotten this channel, you've gotten as a family, collectively, $50 million since this channel launched. Of that, the vast majority of it is Check C money. It was initially found by me in December 2020. Yes, I've been getting people this money since December 2020. Then when third stimulus was in preview mode, I had a piece of the legislation. I said, when this becomes law, you're going to get $15,000. Well, you did. You got on average $45,000. These are the Check C numbers that people have gotten. Look at this money for rent. Wow. $20,000 to $30,000 for rent. Utilities, upwards of $15,000 for Mark's brother-in-law. Here is for SNAP. My goodness. Astronomical. Mark's brother-in-law is getting $25,000 a year over 10 years, $250,000. Here's the combo. Nisi's in all the live chats. She'll be in evenings LA tonight at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. She keeps on going back and getting another $8,000 every few days. You should as well. She's at over $50,000. There's Mark. He's at $32,000. Then Mark kept on pushing. He went to from $32,000 to $50,000. From $50,000 to $100,000, then to $166 because he got Check B. And here's a Lorraine. She was at $105. Now she's at $120 and growing. So what do you need to remember? Here's some tidbits that viewers say are really helpful. Step 1, subscribe to this channel. Step 2, become a member. Purple Hawk member, Purple Power, Calcino VIP. Step 3, get that newsletter. Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Delivered via the YouTube alert system. You'll see an alert that says New LA Post. It's the one for the newsletter. The first line will say newsletter. You click it, and it says lower in there, it says New LA Post. Click here to see the post. You click and go to the post, and there's the newsletter. Done. How simple is that? If you've had a question about finding the newsletter, manipulating the newsletter, using the newsletter, then send me a private message, and I'm here to help you at facebook.com/LALATE News. My turnaround time now is about less than 8 hours, sometimes less than 5 hours. I'm very proud of my fast response time to you. And when you do, I will send you a self-help video. It's a very simple video that people say absolutely is so helpful. It explains how to use the newsletter, how to open it, how to find it. And so send me that private message if you wish, and I'll send you that video link so you can learn about how to use the newsletter. And with that, let me go into some new elements that I want to go over today. I touched a little bit about this on Afternoons LA today at 3 o'clock. It's a brand new show, great show today. But I want to go over some new elements that I want to cover when doing these stimulus checks. When doing the 4 stimulus checks, you need to do it exactly the way I say it, not a version of it, not a paraphrase, not sort of like it, not a little bit like it. You got to do it exactly the way I say it. Exact same words, the exact same way, the exact same place. There's no other way to do it. Let me give you some examples, because 98%, almost 99% of you do it absolutely so well. And if you've had a success story, send me a private message. I'll feature more on air. There's about 2% or 1% that sporadically come out and they say they did this and then something happened. That something they did was not the way I asked for you to do it. Let's go over the example. First, I had one person who faked being a member. Don't fake being a member, because I will catch you. Fake being a member who said, I made a phone call about check A, and they said, blah, blah, blah. I said, wait a second. You don't make phone calls for check A. You don't make phone calls for check B. Check A and check B are online applications. You do not make any phone calls for check A. You don't make any phone calls for check B. You go right in the membership newsletter, you click the link, and you apply. That's the only way to do check A and check B. You apply online. Don't think there's another way. There is another way. That's the only way to get check A and check B. You can do it on your cell phone. It's so simple. Next, I had a viewer give me the following strange example. Said, I heard about this, and I looked, and in my state, Washington, they haven't gone live with it. See, this is why you don't do a version. Check A, you don't go looking for it and hearing about it. You go into the membership newsletter, you click the link, and you go right and apply. You're done. It's just simple. You click, and you go in, and you apply. That viewer went to something else. I don't know what the else is, because Washington has been live on this since day one. It's been live on this since day one. Third, I had a member in the live chat last night who jumped into the live chat and started talking about check C. And this is often what I see on check C. I've been seeing this for 2.5 years, so I'm not surprised by it. It happens all the time. People who do a watered down version of check C. You don't make the effort, you're not going to get check C. What did this viewer do? They made 1 phone call for check C. How many times do I say you make 15 phone calls? 15 plus phone calls. And that viewer for check C contacted the city and stopped because they got a no. That's not how you do it. You don't do 1 no and you stop. Because guess what? You're going to have some no's. You're going to have about a 50% rejection rate for check C, but you're also going to have about a 50% approval rate. You're going to make 15 plus phone calls. The places to call are all in the membership newsletter because they will have the checks. If you make 1 and you get a no, you don't stop. You keep on pushing across the board. And there you go. Finally, what's important to understand is that these checks are absolutely desperately needed 90 days out from now. It's important to understand that you may be feeling a financial impact right now. What you're feeling is basically inflation. What you're going to feel 90 days out from here is a lot more. You're going to start to feel the impact of the labor market, the impact of the downward spiraling of the economy, and you're going to feel the impact of the recession. What are those 3 things, and what's going on, and why are they so confusing? What's confusing is that you're going to see your value of your dollar worth less. You're going to think it's all the same thing. They're very different things, but they're all going to be happening at the same time. Step 1, inflation. Really hot and not going down. Jay Powell will be in the Oval Office today, and he's going to say everything he's doing is working. It's not working. That inflation is going to stay hot at least 8%. And then we'll come down later this year to what I said for nearly 6 months, 4%. Jay Powell in the Oval Office today is going to say he's getting it down to 2%. Not true, and who also says not true? The Congressional Budget Office and also the Department of Labor. They say he's only going to get down to 3.8% later this year. That's exactly 4%, like I've been saying. Number 2, the labor situation. White House, even Jay Powell, want to say the labor is really good in the United States. There may be a shortage of hard to get people to work, but the labor market is really good. It's not really good. There's 200,000 new unemployment claims last Thursday. That is a very bad number. That's a lot of people. That is the number we had right before the pandemic. And that could turn downward spiral very quickly. As companies now report they have too many employees on staff, they're going to have to start reducing their staff. After reducing, there's then layoffs. After layoffs is hiring freezes. After that is recession. So the labor situation is going to evolve very quickly. What does this mean for you? 90 days out from now, July, August, at least August, maybe definitely by September, stimulus stampede is going to happen on this channel. Stimulus stampede is going to happen because Americans are going to have problems with their job. They're going to have problems with the value of their dollar because the inflation is going to continue to stay hot. The price of gasoline is going to surge out of control. They're not going to be able to afford to buy the products like they used to. And then suddenly they're going to ask for some stimulus. And we don't know in 90 days from now if it's still going to be funding there. We hope it is. Financial carnage. That's what Silicon Valley called it last Friday. Financial carnage. They believe it's going to be very serious in 90 days out. Here's my analysis situation. And this, again, is only, this right here is opinion only. It's not factual based. But my opinion right now is based upon what we saw for Memorial Day weekend. There is rapid spending, massive spending out of control that does not equate, does not mirror what is in people's wallets. Let me tell you my opinion right now. We saw over Memorial Day weekend for high-end luxury, for travel and leisure, like airlines and rent-a-cars, massive spending like 2019, 2018. But on the other side, we had small business really having no traffic, middle class enterprise really showing limited activity. We saw the value of your dollar worth a lot less because of inflation, because of gasoline out of control, because of travel destinations nearly up 200% year to date. And while your dollar was worth a lot less and your salaries have only gone up 2% year to date, you're spending, not you, but Americans were spending at monstrous levels this last Memorial Day weekend like it's 2018. Is it a little bit too much of happy times are here to stay? Yeah, it's a little bit too much of happy times are here to stay. And while 81% of Americans polled by a financial channel said that we're going into a recession later this year, that's people who watch financial news. People who don't watch financial news just think it's, I can have less productivity at work because I'll get laid off. And if I get laid off, I'll get another job in 10 seconds. Not going to be the equation anymore. The situation's changing very dramatically. And when that reality check hits really hard, which hasn't hit yet, it has not hit yet. I don't know when it's going to hit. I believe it's August. Then people are going to come looking for stimulus. And that is why, if you have the opportunity to get the money right now, even if you don't feel enormous financial pressures at home yet, get the money right now. Give yourself some time and some effort to become a member, get the money right now. Keep on pushing and getting the money because 90 days out from now, you're going to see a stampede like you've never seen before. And you deserve to have that financial independence now before that stampede happens. Let me jump in the live chat and interact with you a little bit across the board. Dragon says every state has money in every state. And that is absolutely the case. Carol, gasoline keeps on going up. Absolutely. Dragon, we're there. Lorraine has a question for Dragon about gasoline. And then Carol saying, maybe gasoline will go up $1 by July 4th. I think it's a lot more. Let me give you a guidance for what's going to happen by the end of the day. By the end of the day, the president will have invited the boy band BTS to the Oval Office, and they will have been there, and Joe Biden will share notes with them. He'll share notes with him. He'll say, "Permission to dance." That's Nancy's song. He'll say, "Dynamite." That's what I want to put under Joe Manchin's feet every time he doesn't do the Build Back Better Act. Butter. That is what I give to Mitch every time I need to call the vote. Every time I need to call the vote, just have Chuck give that butter to Mitch. And Rap Monster. Well, Rap Monster will be advocating for student loan debt forgiveness. I don't know. Will Map Monster be advocating for giving Joe the phone? I think he should. You know, they have such great dance moves, BTS. They have really great dance moves. They need to do a dance move where they sort of pivot and turn and they just hand a phone to Joe Biden. Here, Mr. President, make that phone call to the Social Security Administration head to swap that COLA for inflation. That would be such a great ambassadorship for BTS to just sort of remind him to make that swap from COLA to inflation to get $200 more per month in everyone's bank accounts if you're on benefits right now with inflation tracking 8%. And if inflation comes at 4% later this year, then another $100 thereafter. I can just sense that everyone's going to be searching all these names by the time I'm over. Rap Monster? Who's Rap Monster? RMV? Who are these people? They are a wonderful, wonderful group. And if only the Senate Democrats could be such a good group. And be such in tune. If only the Senate Democrats could be as in tune as BTS. And with that, join me next on Home LATE. It's coming up at 11 a.m. We're going to go over more about those routing times of direct deposit of those June 2022 forced stimulus checks in every U.S. state. Then we have afternoons at 1 o'clock, afternoons at 3 o'clock, brand new show today, and then evenings LATE in prime time at 5 o'clock. And then we got shows throughout the night. Step 1, subscribe to this channel. Go under this video, hit that subscribe button. Step 2, become a member. Get that newsletter Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and get that forced stimulus check in every U.S. state. Don't wait till the downturn of this economy gets worse. Get the money right now. You deserve the money right now. And for the shores of Santa Monica, California, God bless. I'll see you at 11 a.m. The toast is toasting, the butter was buttering, both here and when Joe meets Mitch. And turns the 8-track tape on. And with that, stay informed, stay focused, and stay with LA for more.